I want to welcome everyone on this sunny morning. This would be the beautiful kind of day we will hope when this path is complete to be able to enjoy it. I'm Councilwoman Jennifer Van Vrancken, and thank you all for being here for a really exciting day, the ribbon cutting on the Bonnabel Greenway. We want to start, as we always do, being thankful that we live in the country that we do with the freedom to gather here as a community. And so if Samuel Bell will come forward and lead us in the pledge. This is after the hot bike ride when you want to snowball from Sal's. This will be where you go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I really appreciate everybody being gathered here. I do want to acknowledge we have a few elected officials here. Ashley from Scott Walker's office is here. Scott, of course, has been super supportive for all of the projects we've been working on in District 5. Also, retired Judge Hans Liljeberg, who is one of those who is hoping to serve District 5. He and Melinda Bourgeois, we are so thankful to have good people willing to step up, willing to serve, and this project will be complete in months, but it's the kind of project that we hope you will be able to continue. So we're very appreciative for having you here this morning and eager to have these kinds of things continue to come to life in District 5. So we want to get started. I'm going to talk a little bit about the project. You know, part of what we have seen is in this digital age when everybody's on their cell phone and, you know, adults and kids, everybody's absorbed in the digital age and communicating on Facebook. Connectivity becomes really important. Connectivity as a community, and projects like this are what bring us together, face to face, interacting, you know, pulling our bikes up, meeting at Sal Snowballs, coming and going from Metairie Road to the lake. These are the kinds of things to me that make our community stronger and you know, have those bonds that bring us together. So when we started talking about this path, this first came out of the master bike plan. That was before me. A master bike plan was laid out across Jefferson Parish. One of the things that was envisioned is a path down Bonnabel. But neighbors, being as outspoken as they always are, which I appreciate, they said, look, we do not want you to take our parking lane on Bonnabel and turn that into a bike lane because we use the parking lane. And so we always try to listen. We always try to keep the thoughts and concerns of our residents in mind. So we went about shifting and deciding to do a path down the neutral ground. Then, of course, we heard, well, you know, our trees are important. Don't be taking out trees. So we said, we get it. So the charge became, we want a connection, we want a path that goes from Metairie Road to the lake, but it has to be on the neutral ground and it has to meander around the trees because, again, that's an important part of this thoroughfare. And we were deciding which stretch to do. And we heard we really would love to connect Metairie Road and all the activity going on in the old Metairie area all the way out to the lake, because the lake is where, you know, we have that beautiful 8-mile to 10-mile roughly stretch along our lakefront. We have beautiful amenities, the Bonnabel Tot Lot, the Fit Lot, all that we're doing out at Bucktown Harbor. So really then the charge became connect all the way from Metairie Road to the lake. Give us that path, that connection. So that is what we're here to cut the ribbon on today. It is a 2.5-mile pedestrian path that will meander on the neutral ground around the trees. Because our schools are all starting their new school year, we decided we'll start down at the lake end of the path and then come toward St. Catherine. So we didn't want to interrupt the start of the school year. So we've tried to think everything out as best we can. Certainly as we go, please feel free, all of those neighbors who are here, people who are going to see this path coming to life, please feel free, to call our office, make sure you're in communication with us, because anything, as construction always causes some inconveniences, we want to make sure to work together. We're really, really fortunate because this project coming to life, it's not cheap. It is a $3.2 million project. But we were very fortunate to have some partners who helped us get a $1.4 million award from the Louisiana Department of Natural Resources Flex Fund. It's a revolving loan program, and that really helped us bring this to life. Everywhere we can, we try to double our money. We try to take every local dollar we do and find a grant or an opportunity to double that funding, to be able to bring more out of the ground in our community by using our dollars wisely. And so we're very thankful to our staff, Lauren Averill, Jeff Simno, for helping us pursue that grant. Pivotal was very key in not only designing this project, but also in pursuing that grant. Angela DeSoto, who is our head of engineering, also had to be on board, as well as our Department of Streets and Parkways and all of our parish departments, helping to put in that grant application and make this project come to fruition. So thank you for your dedication in making this day happen. Then the part where we put this project out to bid comes in, and we are really excited to have Durr Heavy Construction will be bringing this project to life. They're a good, solid local company, and so we're very appreciative to have them as our partners on this project and actually bringing it to fruition. I want to offer any of the partners in this project, if you want to say anything at this time, please feel free. Come on up. Our neighborhoods are an important part of bringing this to life and making sure that we continue to work to bring the projects that people want to see. So come on up.
So nice to be here on this beautiful sunny day. I'm with the Bonnabel Civic Association, and we'd like to congratulate Councilwoman Van Vrancken and her staff for another amazing community project. Like Bayou Metairie Park, like the Bucktown Marsh, like the upcoming living shoreline, and now the pedestrian parkway. The community continues to benefit from your leadership and your vision. We appreciate these projects that focus on green infrastructure and integrate with our beautiful tree canopy. And once again, that bring the community together in very healthy ways. I know that you'll be very busy over the next few months, but hopefully you'll have a time to pause just to realize how far you've taken this community and your district and how grateful we are. Thank you.
I appreciate that. It's been a true joy, and part of what makes Jefferson strong is our civic associations and our beautification groups, working hand in hand with us. That's the only way we get things done. Angela DeSoto, as I mentioned, is the head of our engineering department. She has been watching this pathway come to life every step of the way and has some other information just to share on what we'll see over the coming months.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And on behalf of the administration, welcome everyone here. We appreciate having everyone with us, and thank you to Brian Parks, who's our Parkway Director, in the back there. So a few extra pieces, as the Councilwoman mentioned, it's an asphalt path. It will be a 6-foot wide path that will meander around the oak trees. There will be some non-native species that will be removed, just as an FYI. Parkways has taken a look and has been very, very careful in determining what trees, if any, do need to come out. But there are a few that are more invasive, non-native trees. The live oaks will not be touched. However, you may see some pruning and trimming. So I caution the neighbors to allay concerns prior to what you see. The project is going to last about 7 months. As the Councilwoman mentioned, it starts at Durr has chosen to start at the lake, and they will be coming in this direction. So as they move forward, you will see the wooden stakes along the neutral ground, along the median, and that is the layout of the ultimate path. It will be meandering around the existing monuments, as is shown in the rendering that for Bonnabel Place for the neighborhood. So in all cases, we've done our best to preserve as much as possible. At the major thoroughfares, West Esplanade, and at Veterans, and at the I-10. There will be protected crosswalks. When we recently completed the Veterans Bonnabel interchange, if you drive through that interchange, you will notice some depressed curbs, areas where all of a sudden there's no curb. And what that, also in the U-turns, what that was forethought and planning so that we do not need to disturb anything along Veterans in that U-turn for this construction. So we thought forward, thought ahead, and planned that project knowing that this was going to be coming behind it. For safety purposes, we're also including decorative lighting. So you will see, we call them the acorn lights, similar to what you will be seeing on Metairie Road in the near future. That will be a part of the path as well. So the path will be lit with decorative lighting along it. It's also a 6-foot path that currently is intended for pedestrians. At 3.1 million, money was tight, but it has been designed in such a manner that it can be easily expanded to a full shared use path if and when we receive the funding to do so with minimal disruption. So the lighting has all been placed in a manner that allows for expansion in the future as usage demands and as funds become available. So we thought ahead as much as possible when planning this project to minimize future disruptions and to maximize future growth of the area. So with that, I will turn it back over to the councilwoman.
It's so appreciated. I'm glad Angela brought up some of those points because I hope it gives you confidence as residents of Jefferson. You know, it's all in a day's work for Angela, but when she says, you know, months ago when we did that interchange at Bonnabel and Veterans, and she was already thinking, well, the bike path, you know, the pedestrian path is headed that way. Let's make sure we are thinking ahead on that so that we didn't have to go back and chop up concrete we just put there. So I'm so appreciative. All of our directors really are always mindful of using our tax dollars wisely, you know, planning things well. And so also, as she said, right now it's envisioned as a pedestrian path because of that 6-foot width. And so the way that it was laid out by Pivotal gives it the room to expand when we get additional funding to be a full bike path, you know, to allow for more to and from connectivity. We didn't want to sit on this project until we had money to do that, but we said, let's lay it out in a manner that allows for that expansion in the future. So, so Hans, that's on you. So the expansion is just funding dependent.
I do have a question.
Yes, yes.
We see signs when we bike ride, Lake to the River.
Yes.
Like that. Is that anywhere?
So there is, the question is about the Lake to the River bike path. There is a Lake to the River bike path planned. That actually will happen closer to the 17th Street Canal. And it will have, it's going to connect the river levee system to the lake levee system. It will have pedestrian and bike bridges that actually take you over Airline and over Veterans because those are such busy streets. We are already working on that. We have the one in our district, in District 5, designed. And we're actually working with Solomon, who did all the lighting on the Superdome. We're working with that group to make that pedestrian bridge in Metairie artistic and also have not just the, you know, getting you across safely, but sort of a welcome to Metairie. So I'll look forward to handing that baton over as well. That will be more on the eastern end of the parish, but will serve to be a safe additional connection. So again, Brian Parks, I know, is here. He is our Parkways Director. He has looked at each of the trees on this neutral ground, taken an inventory, looked at where the path will interact with the trees. So you will see at some points, you know, there'll be roots that need to safely be ground down. Please know his watchful eye has been on this project to make sure that we've kept all the trees and the health of the trees in mind. So I can't thank enough our directors for their tremendous dedication for going above and beyond. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Again, DNR, Pivotal, JP Engineering, JP Streets, our traffic division, Parkways, Bonnabel Civic. You've all been fabulous partners. And then also I want to compliment my staff. Michelle Artigue is here. Danielle Martinez, who works with the council. Our PIO office, always on the scene when we have events like this, and giving us shade, giving us an opportunity to gather. It takes everybody coming together to do this. So very appreciative. We want now officially to cut the ribbon, and please, everyone who is here, please feel free to come be part of this moment for the groundbreaking rather. We're gonna turn the dirt, and then when this project is finished in 7 months, we hope you'll come back to officially cut the ribbon to open it. So let's grab a shovel and mark this moment.
So 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right.
Did everybody get it?
That gets us
Is that good? All right.